Well, good evening. This is News Night. This program is also available on DSTV channel 277. I'm Josephine Oppong-Yeboah. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, President-elect Nana Akufo-Addo assures that he will not abandon developmental projects that are being executed by the outgoing NDC government. Health Minister Dr. Alex Segbefia visits victims of the gas explosion which occurred at the Louis Gas filling station close to the Trade Fair Center. Some kingmakers of Gangbesi say they would resist attempt to impeach Ni Ayibonte II, whose comments about the outcome of the election they say was misconstrued. In news across our borders, 2 hijackers of a Libyan aircraft surrender to authorities on the island of Malta hours after claiming they have hand grenades and threatening to blow the plane up. Thank you for your time. The news now in detail. The President-elect Nana Akufo-Addo has promised he will not abandon developmental projects that are being executed by the outgoing National Democratic NDC government. He called on Ghanaians to team up with his government to work towards the socio-economic development of the country. He made this promise when he paid a courtesy call on the paramount chief of Boko, Naba Asigri Azoka, as part of his thank you tour in the region.
In his address at the palace of the paramount chief in Boku of the Upper East region, Nana Akufo-Addo said he was going to find a lasting solution to the country's economic downturn when he assumed the mantle of presidency on January 7. He added he would reconstruct the Bolga-Boku road to spare passengers and drivers the agony of accidents which claimed many lives for the past years. Nana Akufo-Addo used the platform to strongly deny allegations which suggested he was meddling in the Boku chieftaincy affairs.
The projects that the Mahama government has started, we are going to do our best to make sure that they come to conclusion. I am not a Kusau, I'm not a non-inclusive. I'm not interested in the chieftaincy issue in this town. Issue is the peace and unity of Ghana. That is what
he commended the people of Boku for their resolve to maintaining peace in the area and challenged them to maintain consistency in that regard.
And now that I'm in this place, we're going to find me a friend, somebody who's going to work with you to maintain peace and the development of the Kusau area and of the Boku area.
Nana Akufo and his entourage also paid a courtesy call on elders of the Bumpurugu clan in Boku, where he reassured the people that the one village, one dam promise he made in the lead up to the December general elections would be fulfilled.
Away from that, some kingmakers of Gangbesi has categorically mentioned that Ni Ayibonte II is no way going to resign and that he never said so. Addressing the media in Accra, the elders rhetorically asked, and I quote, "Is Ni Ayibonte the only chief that has declared support to a particular political party in the history of this country?" Certainly no, they said, unquote. Gabriel Obodai-Togwashon has the rest of the story.
This is how it all started. The statement received wide condemnation across social and mainstream media. A group of elders from Gbese who claimed to be kingmakers organized a press conference and gave Ni Ayibonte II 7 days to stop holding himself as Gbese chief.
The honorable thing for him, Thomas Oppong, to do in the circumstances is to stop holding out himself as Gbese Manche and to step down as vowed by him. We hereby, therefore, issue a 7-day ultimatum from today to do what he himself offered to do, or we shall advise ourselves.
In a response, though, another group of elders, also said to be Gbese Jase, has categorically denied Ni Ayibonte II ever made those comments.
It is no crime to belong to a party or offer support to a political party whose policies one admires at a point in time. Is Ni Ayibonte II the only chief who has declared his support for any political party in the history of our country?
No. No.
Certainly no.
No. No. No. No. No.
The steps taken by the Gbese Jase brings the matter to a closure and urge the public or media to desist from denigrating the person of Ni Ayibonte II. We, as Gbese Jase, wish to state that Ni Ayibonte II has our support as the legitimate Gbese Manche and it's still in office.
It is the expectation of many Ga indigenes that the Gbese elders will take a cue from this issue, settle matters indoors, and forge ahead together. From Accra, this is Gabriel Oboda-Itogbashon reporting for Metro News.
Away from that story to the sad incident that happened last night, Health Minister Dr. Alex Segbefi has called for due diligence to be done before permits are given for siting of gas and fuel filling stations, and an urge for the adherence of safety measures, especially during the Yuletide. He gave this caution when he visited victims of the gas explosion, which occurred at the Louis Gas Filling Station close to the Trade Fair Center in Accra.
The minister's first port of call was the 37 military hospital, where 28 of the victims were rushed to on Thursday night. 4 of them were treated and discharged. 1 person died and 23 are responding to treatment. He then moved to the La General Hospital, where authorities confirmed admitting 29 victims, out of which 18 were treated and discharged, 5 transferred to the largest referral center at the 37 military hospital due to the severity of their burns, and the remaining 6 on admission had been stabilized. At the police hospital, however, a 13-year-old girl was the only patient on admission with superficial burns. 2 patients were waiting to be discharged at the OPD. 6 bodies had been deposited at the hospital's morgue. The minister's final visit was the Kolibu Teaching Hospital, which received the least number of 6 due to lack of space. Out of these, 2 passed on Friday morning.
This issue of gas explosion is something that myself and my colleagues have been talking about for some time now, because if you look at our burn statistics now, injuries from explosion of gas and petroleum products accounts for about 35 to 40% of our admissions. Okay, and in terms of the mortalities from burns, 40% of the mortality from burns. So it accounts for a significant proportion of the burn deaths that occur in this country.
The health minister commended doctors of the 4 hospitals he toured for the utmost care administered to victims.
I give credit to the medical staff. As I said, I was here last night. and met with them working in very difficult circumstances in terms of the injuries to get the two that we lost remain with us. Unfortunately, that was not the case. I heard from the medical team that they've actually brought in extra to with the situation.
Meanwhile, President Mahama says government will bear cost of treatment of all patients. Lily Mohammed for Metro TV News, Accra.
Several persons have sustained burns after fire raised over 200 wooden structures at a slum at Asawasi in the Shanti region on Thursday. About 400 squatters have also been rendered homeless after their settlements were destroyed in the fire outbreak last night. Beatrice Pogabra has the rest of the story.
The fire outbreak is reported to have started around 7 p.m. on Thursday at a slum at Asawasi Togoba in the Asokori Mampong municipality. Speaking to Metro News, some of the victims, who are mostly scrap dealers and head porters, said their area had experienced a power outage and suddenly heard people screaming. They came out of their wooden structures and within some few minutes the whole slum was on fire.
All right, so the cause of the fire is still unknown, but investigation is still ongoing. Let's cross over now to the premises of the Africa World Airlines Hour, where it's holding its carols and annual dinner dance. Harriet Nett is standing by to bring us a live report.
Okay, so we are live on Metro TV. I don't know if you can see, but I am here and I have a lot of important personalities around me. This is Africa World Airlines. They are having their carols night and it is big. I wish you were here to have a feel of what is going on here. But unfortunately, we'll bring you all the information and what is happening in here. At the moment, I have with me Mr. Samuel Thompson. He is the Chief Operations Officer. Captain, I'm told. Well, thank you very much. You're welcome to Metro TV, and you have lots of people watching you this evening.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you as well.
Many happy returns, and I wish all your viewers a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Well, let's talk about this evening. What is significant about this evening? This is Carol's Night. I would like to see you sing, and I would like to see your top management and all the people here sing. So tell us about the essence of this program.
We will be having a singing competition during the evening, and departments will be coming in their groups to sing. Unfortunately, executive management doesn't have a group, but because I have such a sweet voice, they are now vying for me to join them. So the highest bidder will get me join them, and you will hear my voice.
You have a sweet voice, as you said. Which song are you going to sing anyway?
When it gets there, we'll let you know. It's a secret.
So what's the message?
We will sing joy to the world.
Okay. Your customers, what's the message to them this evening?
Okay. Africa World believes in sharing risk and sharing achievements. And this evening, we want to share our achievements with all our staff. So we are throwing this dinner party for everybody to come here, enjoy. We have good fellowship. We work as a team, and this helps our team building efforts as well.
What should we expect from Africa World Airlines next year, 2017?
Well, I mean, we are now the prime airline in this country. We expect to maintain this position, and we have greater things coming in 2017. Just watch this space.
Okay, so your final message to your clients, and I know there are lots of people watching you here in Ghana and then outside Ghana as well. What is your final message to them?
Africa World will strive to achieve safe operations, with reliable operations, on-time departures, and grow as an airline and be the airline of choice in Africa and beyond.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. So I can't wait to hear you sing and dance as well.
I will show my steps when it gets there.
Thank you very much, sir. So that is Mr. Samuel Thompson. He is the captain. That's what they told me, the captain. He will be sailing the ship tonight, and he is the Chief Operations Officer of Africa World Airlines. We have a lot of people to talk to, but for now we need to go, and then we'll bring you more when the show starts. My name is Harriet Nati.
Thank you, Harriet Nati. Well, with that report coming to you from the premises of Africa World Airlines Hour, they are holding their annual dinner and carols night. And of course, they are there to let their clients know that truly they are there to serve them better. You're still watching News Night. Let's go for a breather. Please stay. Hello again, you're still watching News Night with me, Josephine Oppong-Yeboah. In other news, the Central Regional Police Commander, ACP Techipoku, has assured the public of its readiness of the police service to protect lives and properties during and after the Xmas festivities. ACP Techipoku said this at the Ghana Police Service Festival of Night Lessons and Carols held at the forecourts of the regional headquarters.
Speaking at the annual celebrations held by the police service to mark the birth of Christ, the Central Regional Police Commander, ACPK Techipoku, said the police service has had a difficult and successful year, commending the election task force for the professional way they conducted themselves before, during, and after the elections. The regional police commander then noted the service's readiness to protect lives and properties during and after this Christmas. ACP Techipoku therefore cautioned road users, especially drivers, to follow road regulations and advised them to desist from drunk driving.
Away from that story, widows and orphans within the Kaswa area were in a joyful and smile mood as management of Main Bank decided to free represent them with items to enable them mark this year's Christmas. The items included live birds, cooking oil and rice.
The gesture by management of the institution forms part of its corporate social responsibility and support to vulnerable widows and orphans within the Kaswa area. In all, over 1,000 widows and orphans received live birds, rice and cooking oil from management of the company, who have made it an annual ritual to support the marginalized every Christmas season. Pius Badje is the branch manager of the company.
We know that Christmas is a season whereby God showed his great love to humanity. We realize the fact that there are some section of people within our society where, due to one reason or the other, because of death and other issues, they are widowed and they are widowers and they are orphans and all that. So such people are the ones that we've targeted to put smiles on their faces. Our advice to motorists, they should be very cautious on the road. They should ensure that they obey all the road safety signs and all that. They shouldn't be in a rush to get to wherever they are going. They should take it easy on the road and ensure that at the end of the day, even as this season is a very special one, it's a season of peace, we also encourage drivers to be very cautious so that even as they drive on the road, they will ensure that they take us to our various destinations.
Some beneficiaries also spoke to Metro News.
Oh, yes, I on Shroud, Monsabronia, Mama Yeni Aje. Afisi say no munya, Nambruso, na Omo Freya, and Suya Benyebi.
Yada, Odikan, as the Mama Yankupon, Otsiado, Oboko, Chief Nana Apia, our Men's Bank Nura. anas de kase so onkoma no da otum odwen ejanka obi ani lewu ana obi anu kunewu odwen ho no nyame hye no pa omma no kwatenten e da na se the Christmas bia no otum okay ejankafo.
Management of Men's Bank say they will continue to support residents in areas where the company hopes to expand and bring its services to the doorsteps of its customers.
Time now for business news. The unionized staffs of the Tema Oil Refinery and the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company Limited BOST have fired back at a cross-section of the media for publishing what they describe as malicious attacks, exaggerations, and palpable fabrications. The workers specially cited the Founder newspaper for alleging that BOST has run into huge loss amounting to 32 million Ghana cedis, among other accusations. The workers say the time has come to set the record straight.
For some time now, allegations have been peddled in the media space concerning alleged massive corruption and mismanagement by managers of the oil giant, the Tema Oil Refinery, and the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company Limited. However, the workers have denied the allegations, saying they are mere falsehoods.
Many Ghanaians continue to follow the story of the successful turnaround of BOST and TOR under Mr. Oppong-Yeboah for being debt-ridden, scandal-prone oil downstream players to major self-financing and revenue-generating government agencies, recording a profit of 124 million Ghana cedis in 2015 alone, the truth that the Finder newspaper will never publish. For the records, BOST trading business has never been in red since the company started trading, and needless to emphasize again that even just last year, we made a profit of 124 million Ghana cedis for the people of Ghana.
You know, in the petroleum industry, a lot goes on. So if you are working with what you call people and you don't motivate them, what happens is that they will be engaged in all sort of corruption practices here and there, and at the end of the day, the company will run at a loss.
The workers noted that the purported 32 million cedis loss that BOST is alleged to have suffered is a far cry from the truth. Rather, the company under its current managing director has boosted its bottom line in the past years.
At a point in time when things were that difficult, it was the same workers who shouted and said that we wanted TOR to run. And you know, at times it's frustrating that workers will be down. There's no crude for you to run, and you just come, and even when you are paid, you don't feel okay. So we feel that TOR should run. If TOR is running, it trickles down to all the sectors of the economy, because we have supply of petroleum products. We have constant, you know, whilst we are running now, all the 5 sectors of the petroleum hub are working, because now we produce, it goes to BOST. BOST is supplying as far as Burkina Faso, and they are even exporting. Presently, we're taking delivery of 1 million barrels of crude from the Tain fields.
All right, so that's all in business news. Hello again, our news across our borders. 2 hijackers of a Libyan aircraft with 118 people on board have surrendered to authorities on the island of Malta hours after claiming to have hand grenades and threatening to blow the plane up unless their demands were met. Prime Minister Joseph Muscat said on Twitter that all passengers and crew had been safely released by Friday evening and the hijackers have been taken into custody. One of the hijackers told the flight crew of the Africa Airways plane that it was a pro-Gaddafi. Former Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi was killed in an uprising in 2011, and the country has been rocked by factional violence ever since. Hours after landing, people could be seen disembarking from the aircraft. It was unclear what the demands had been. The last major hijacking on the tiny Mediterranean island of Malta was in 1985 when Palestinians took over an Egypt airplane. Egyptian commandos stormed the aircraft and dozens of people were killed. The aircraft had been flying from Sabah in southwest Libya to Tripoli for state-owned Africa Airways air route that would usually take about 2 hours. And this is where we draw the curtains on News Night for now. But just so you know that this will be our very last, but when, because I'll be seeing again at 10 p.m. for a late edition of the news for today. We'll be breaking for the news and return on the 28th for the Christmas holidays. I'm Oppong-Yeboah. Thanks for watching. Good evening.